So first of all, how does it feel to be given a second season?
I'm really, really excited, actually. I remember when I got the call, I was sort of really excited and then terrified at the same time because I don't even know how I made it through the first season. So there's some major planning that has to happen.
Okay. And they kind of left the announcement almost to the last minute.
They totally did.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Were you ever worried that you wouldn't be coming back?
I wasn't, which is nice. I sort of felt like we'd done everything we could in the first season, to get the second season. And if it wasn't what they wanted, I wasn't going to be bothered by it. But it felt good. It all felt very positive from the day we wrapped on the first season, and so yeah.
And the finale ended with Michael and Nikita on the run. How do you think their relationship will evolve in season 2?
Well, that's the word. I mean, evolve for sure. I mean, it's gonna. I know it's gonna evolve in different directions. If I can say that, yeah, definitely. We're gonna see them working together finally, which is really nice, and I think people have been waiting for. But I think throughout the second season, we're going to see, one of the analogies that we use for Michael and Nikita is that she's a Democrat and he's a Republican. And it's like, so how do you get those two to live together and be happy? They both sort of have different objectives and agendas, but there's a lot of love there. So how does that sort of work? And so we're going to be dealing with that sort of push and pull next season in their relationship.
Okay. And her relationship with Alex has now taken on another slant as well.
Totally.
How do you think that will change in season 2?
A lot, actually. I think a lot more than people even realize right now. I was talking to the creator about it, and I said, it's so funny because so many fans' reactions were, how can she not understand? How can she not understand why she did it or what happened? And that's sort of it. Sometimes they may not understand, and it all has to do with where we are in life and sort of in our heads. And I think people are going to be surprised at what people can deal with and resolve within themselves and what they can't.
Okay. Now, as well as the relationship with Michael, there was also maybe a hint that something was happening between Nikita and Noah Bean's character.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy playing all those different sides to her?
Do I enjoy having all these hot guys around me and having to...
Basically,
and having that big question mark. Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that the creator and the writers like about the Owen character and the Ryan Fletcher character and the Michael character is that she's sort of surrounded by these people who, she could be with or not. There is something in common with all of them, but there's something sort of sort of tragic and not, possible for a lot of them. So I think they do want to create this question mark, could she or couldn't she? And I do think that the guest stars that they brought on that have been reoccurring, like the Noah Bean character or, Devon Sawa's character, they are nice. And especially Noah Bean's character, he really grounds the show in a certain way. And he's fantastic. He's so talented. So I really like, his earnestness and how he cares about her, I think is really sweet.
Okay. Now, there were so many great twists throughout the first season. What were some of your favourite moments?
Well, I would say at the end of episode 11, I do like when Nikita gets captured. I do like that. I almost think that should have been 2 episodes. I do like the fact that what these writers do, which I really love, is that they'll take something that the audience expects and immediately squash it in the beginning of the show. They'll out it in the beginning of the show, and you'll go, oh well. That usually happens at the end of an episode, and then you'll wonder, sort of where it's going, and then at the end of the episode there'll be another twist. When she got captured, it was interesting because it was sort of like the place she never wanted to be again, and that was really hard for her. But also, I love the end of the season. I think that the writers left people wanting more, and it's good because we wanted the show to start in a certain place with the characters, and we wanted by the end of season 1 for everything to be turned on its head, and for the characters to be in totally different places than they were in the first part of the season. I think we did that.
Do you feel like the show grew more confident throughout the first season?
Absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where you have to find your feet. You do, and we were making a show on a network that doesn't typically make a show like this. And when I say doesn't typically, has never made a show like this. It's a lot darker, it's a lot older than their demo. And, we sort of, it was interesting, the network wanted us to bring in a different demo. So we are more adult and we are darker, like I said. But at the same time, we kept a little of their younger demographic as well. And so I think in the beginning of a season, you're not sure who to please, and you kind of, all these factors. And then halfway through the first season, you just go, you know what, we're just going to make the show we want to make because we know what we love and we know what we're caring about. And you're absolutely right. And you use the right word. We did grow a lot more confident in the second half of the season. And I'm really actually proud of how we've grown.
And because the show has evolved in that way, do you feel like there's a pressure now to top it with season 2?
Oh, definitely. But we are so up for that, it's not even funny.